Number 35. Fifty households were surveyed to determine the number of TVs in each household. The number of TVs in each household is shown in the chart below. What is the average? So this is the keyword over here, average. Average means mean. This means you add all the numbers and divide by the how many they are. Average number of TVs per household for these 50 households. So in this case, question is asking us to find what? Question is asking us to find weighted average. I'm writing the word over here. Question asking us to find weighted average over here. So what we will do is, in this case, first of all, we will count the total number of televisions or TV over here. So I will do it. It will be 2 times 5. Okay, and then it will be yours. Another one will be yours 3 times 20. And another one will be your 4 times 15, and next is your 5 times 10. Okay, now what happens is I will add all of these and I will divide by total number of households. So total number of household is what? It is 50. So my next step will be like this: 2 times 5 is 10, plus 60 plus 60 plus 50, and I will divide by total number of households. That's your 50. So my answer from this will be what? 3.6. So this is my answer choice. So my answer choice is D. So option choice D is the correct answer for question number 35. Question number 36. In the figure below, both circles are centered around X. The length of XY is 2 units. This is my XY, which is what? Which is 2 units. And the length of XZ is 6 units. So length of XZ, this part I will say this is my what? This is my 6 units. If the smaller circle is cut out of larger circle, how much of the area in square units of the larger circle will remain? So area left will be equal to what? Will be equal to area of larger circle minus area of the smaller circle. Now, so my formula for area is, area of a circle formula is pi r square. So I will do it pi r square minus pi r square. The reason why I'm taking uppercase and lowercase r over here is because one of the radius is the larger radius and it's a smaller one. So it will be pi, and this is your 6. So it will be 6 square minus pi, and it is your 2 square. So this gives me 36 pi, and this gives me 4 pi. So when I subtract this, my answer is 32 pi. So when I look over here, my answer choice is H over here. This is the correct answer for question number 36. Question number 37. In the xy coordinate plane, what is the x-intercept of a line? First of all, the word is x-intercept over here. So x-intercept is the value of x. This is one of the definition. There are many definitions of x-intercept, but I will use this one. Value of x when the value of y is equal to what? 0. Such so that the in the standard xy coordinate plane, what is the x-intercept of a line that has a slope of 2 over 3. So this means they have given us a slope m is equal to 2 over 3 and passes through the point negative 2 comma 2. These 2 points means value of y when x is equal to negative 2. So what I will do in this case over here is I will use equation of line in slope intercept form, which is y is equal to mx plus b. So first of all, what I will do over here is I will use my value of x, I will use my value of y, and I will use my value of m, and I will find the value of y-intercept. This is called y-intercept. There are many ways to do this problem, but I'm using this approach. Once I got my y-intercept, then I will solve this side for x-intercept. So I'm substituting the value of x. X is my negative 2, y is my positive 2, okay, and m is my 2 over 3. Why I'm doing this? I'm doing this because I have to find the value of b, that's the y-intercept first. So this is my 2 is equal to negative 4 over 3 plus b, and after this I will add 4 over 3 to both the sides. So b will be equal to what? This is 6, 10 over 3, that's the value of b we will get double. Okay, after this what happens is, after this I will be finding out what? I will find out the value of x-intercept. How I will find x-intercept? I will use the similar approach over here. I will plug in what? I will plug in the values of y. Now do keep in mind y is what? Y. See, we are looking for value of x or the x-intercept. Okay, so value of y we will substitute it as 0, and the value of m we will use over here is 2/3, and the value of b, that's a y-intercept, we will use over here is that's 10/3. So I will substitute all of these values in this equation. Y is equal to mx plus b. Now I will put 0 over here. This is my 2/3. Now x-intercept, I have to find this value, and this is my 10/3. So first of all, I will subtract this. It will look like this to you. Negative 10/3 is equal to 2/3x. Okay, this will cancel out. Negative 10 is equal to 2x, and you divide by 2 both the sides. When I do this, the value of x is negative 5. Now you remember I said x-intercept is the value of x, which is negative 5 when y is 0. So this is the correct answer choice for this question, which brings us to option choice B as your correct answer for this problem over here. Question number 38. The figure below represents a solution set for which of the following inequalities? First of all, let's look at this circle, this part over here. This is the closed circle over here. When it is a closed circle, this means, and it is going in this direction, right direction. This means if I am looking over here, this will be negative 1, then I will have 0 over here, then I will have 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, and so on. It keeps on going. So as you can see, numbers are growing up. This means this is greater than or equal to. Okay, and which? Negative 2. So I'll write over here x is greater than or equal to negative 2. So just for the best interest of time, what I will do is I have solved all of them, but I will just go over the right answer. So I will be solving this correct answer J. Okay, if my solution set becomes looks equal to my correct answer over here, this one over here, then this is the correct answer. So this is my inequality. Okay, so what I will do is, first of all, I will be subtracting 5x from both the sides. I'm solving this inequality. This cancels out. I have negative 2x minus 1 with the less than equal to 3. Then I will add 1 to both the sides. So this is cancelled out. It is your negative 2x 4. Then I will divide by negative 2. Now do keep in mind, whenever you are dividing by a negative number, what happens is you have to change the direction of the inequality symbol. So my solution over here and this solution, they both match. So option choice J is the correct answer for this question. Do keep in mind I have done all of those in my head. So just for the best interest of time and for the space, I already shown you the correct answer choice. Question number 39. What is the slope of the line pictured in the standard XY coordinate plane below that passes through y 1, 3 and 5, 5 in the standard XY coordinate plane? Now the keyword to look for over here is slope, and as you all know, slope is represented by symbol m, and the formula which we will use in this case is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Do keep in mind there are some other formulas, everything is same, or sometimes you will see change in y intercept over what? Change in x intercept. Change in x intercept. Sometimes you will see it says like this also, rise over run. It says rise. Let me erase it over here. It says m is equal to what? Rise over run. So which you can use any of the formula, but since they have given me these points over here, so I will name this as x1, this will be my y1, x2, and this will be my y2. So let's go ahead and find the slope over here. So m is equal to y2 minus y1. So this is your 5 minus 3 over 5 minus 1, which gives me 2 over 4. In return, in simplest form, it gives me 1 over 2. So when I look over here, answer choice D is the correct answer for my question over here. Answer choice D. This is the correct answer choice for question number 39. Question 40. A formula for calculating simple interest is I is equal to PR. Whenever you will see a formula is given to you, this means what you have to do is you have to look for the required values, substitute the values, and find the unknown quantity. I is the interest earned in dollars, P is the principal or original investment, and R is the fixed rate of interest. If the amount of interest charged is $2.25 or $2.25 and the rate of interest is 3%. Now do keep in mind whenever it says 3%, percent. See, look like per cent. So how many cents are in a dollar? 100. So you can write it like this, and your calculator will give you 0.03. So I will use this value over here. So let's substitute the values over here. So I substitute the value over here. This is my 2.25 is equal to P, because question is asking me to find what? P over here. And the R, what is R? R is your 0.03. So I will divide both the sides by 0.03, which will give me the value of R as what? Sorry, which will give me the value of P as what? $75. Okay. So P is what? P is $75, which is choice K. This is the correct answer for this question over here. Question number 41. Three vertices of a rectangle in the standard XY coordinate plane have the coordinates of -2, 3, 4, 3 and 4, 2. What are the coordinates of the fourth vertex? So what I will do in this case is I will first of all graph the rectangle on a coordinate plane. Okay, so let's take this. This is my x-axis over here, and this is my y-axis. Oops. Okay, I do not have a ruler over here, so I'm just doing it manually. So please, yeah. So now let's keep going over here. We have let's plot this point -2, 3. So value of x is -2 and y is 3. So 1, 2, and y is 3. So I'll go over here 1, 2, 3, and 4. So first point will be my this will be my first point over here. And what is this point? This is -2, 3. So now let's look at second point over here. 4, 3. X is 4. So I'll go over here 1, 2, 3, 4. And y is 3. So if I do it, this is my point over here. This is my 4, 3. Another point is 4, 2. So x is 4, but my y, this one is what? This one is my 2 over here. So this is my 4, 2. So now what happens over here is I have to make, okay, I think I messed up somewhere over here. This is 3 and I'm having this as 4 over here. So that's something what I figured out. So I will erase this part over here and I will correct it. So this is my, at this place, here you go. The point was what? Point was -2, 3. It is a rectangle. They should be together. Okay, still I messed up over here. I just made it the same place. Let me draw it again. This is the one. -2, 3. Okay, so if I'm trying to draw a rectangle over here, so it will go over here. Now this is my 2. It should be going through 2 over here. This I will just make it big over here. So what in my so the fourth vertex will be this one. So this is what, this is my -2, and another vertex, what do you think it is yours? 2 over here. All right, so if I draw a rectangle, it goes like this over here. So my correct answer is -2, +2. Choice E is the correct answer choice for this problem. We messed up over here. I apologize for that. If two lines in the standard XY coordinate plane are perpendicular and the slope of one of the line is -5/7, what is the slope of another line? Whenever you are having the word perpendicular over here, this is the formula, or this is a rule. I will say this is the rule. Perpendicular lines are negative reciprocals, and for parallel lines they are same slope. Okay, are negative reciprocal, I should write over here, have negative reciprocal slopes. Now this is a correct statement. So what happens is, if this is yours -5/7, now first of all the word was negative reciprocal. This means I need to multiply by negative the whole thing. Reciprocal is, you will flip this to look like this. So this will be cancelled out. Your answer is 7/5. So 7/5 means option choice F is the correct answer for this problem over here. Question number 43. N made apple jelly and applesauce out of a bushel of apples. If the number of jars of jelly J is, I'll write over here, J is means equal 3 less than twice, so 3 minus twice the number of jars A, which expression shows the correct relationship of jars of jelly J to the jars of applesauce A over here. So it should be J is 3 less than twice. So I messed up over here, 3 less than twice. So I'm looking away. Do I have any answer choice which looks like this? No. But what I can do is I can add 3 to both the sides. When I add 3 to both the sides, it gives me J plus 3 is equal to 2 times A. So yes, so option choice D, that satisfies the real condition. Option choice D is the correct answer for this problem. So question number 44, what are the solutions for the equation 3x square minus 5x plus 2 equal to 0? There are two methods of doing this. One is factorization method, another is using the quadratic formula. So when you are factorizing this 3x square minus 5x plus 2 equal to 0, you will end up with the factors as 3x minus 2, and the factor will be what? X minus 1 is equal to 0. Since both are factors, what I will do is I will equate them equal to 0 over here. This is the equal sign, and that's your x minus 1 equal to 0. So I will add 1 to both the sides, and the value of x is what? 1. In this case, I will add 2 to both the sides over here. It will be 3x is equal to 2, and divide by 3, x is equal to 2 over 3. So I got two values of x, or these are called the solutions for equation. Sometimes you will see the question will say roots of the equation. Looking at this, I believe option G is the correct answer. Yes, option G is the correct answer for this problem over here, question number 40. What is the smallest possible value for A where y is equal to sine 2a reaches its maximum? To solve this problem, you must first recall that the maximum value of sine function is what? It is yours 1. Maximum value of sine function is what? It is your 1. Okay, and the smallest value, now what it says, smallest possible value of A. Smallest value of A at this maximum value will be what? 90 degree pi over 2. Smallest value of A at this maximum value will be equal to pi over 2. So this means what? It says 2A is equal to pi over 2, and the question says find the value of A. So what will happen over here is I will divide both the sides by 2, so it will give me A is equal to pi over 4. So do we have any answer choice? Yes, option choice A is the correct answer choice for this problem over here. Okay, let's look at question number 46. Let x is equal to, let me change the color over here, let's pick this color this time. Let x is equal to 3 of y minus 4z plus 7. What happens to the value of x if the value of y decreases by 2? Now decreases by 2 means y minus 2. And the value of z is increased by 1 means what? Is yours z plus 1. Okay, so original equation is this. X is equal to 3y minus 4z plus 7. So what I will do is I will replace y by what value? By the new value y minus 2. And I will replace the z by what? Z plus 1. And let's see what happens. So if I will do it, it's like this. X is equal to 3y minus 6 minus 4z minus 4 plus z. Okay, this is your 7, not z. Okay, I'm making too many errors over here. This is your 7 and 8. So what happens when we simplify this? Let's try to solve this one over here. Okay, so this is yours 3y. This will be my 3y over here, and I have minus 4z. But when I will do all of this, I will be left with 3. So my original function was this. Now I have a new function, the value of x equal to this. What I can do over here, now the question is asking from me what happens to the value of x if we are doing this. So this means we were having original this and we drop to this one, so we need to find a difference. What I will do is I will subtract both of them. So when I subtract both of them, it's like this: 3y minus 4z plus 7 minus 3y minus 4z minus 3. So let's solve it. So when I will 3y minus 4z plus 7 minus 3y plus 4z plus 3. So this gets cancelled out and this gets cancelled out and I'm left with 10. Okay, so what is happening over here is, since the difference is positive 10, this means the original value, this one was 10 times greater than the new value of x. So this means this was 10. Let's take an example. This was 10 times more than this, the new one. So this means what? It dropped down. So this means it decreases by 10 over here. So choice J is the correct answer for this graph. Which of the following represents the values of x that are solution for the inequality? So what happens in this questions over here is we have to find something called critical numbers over here. So first thing what I will do is I will solve this inequality like it's an equation. So if I'm solving like this is an equation, I will do like this: 4 minus x is equal to 0. So I will end up with the value of x as 1, and I will end up with the value of x at negative x equal to negative 4, x is equal to 4. What I do is when I look at all of these choices, I straight away come across option choice B. That's my answer. So without further ado, I will just go with this, and I will go to the next problem. So I will not spend too much time on this problem. In the figure below, triangle PQR is an isosceles right triangle. What is the ratio of hypotenuse? As you all know, this side is a hypotenuse because it's across 90-degree angle to the length of PQ. So PQ is 1. What I can do in this is I can solve this by the concept of 45, 45, 90-degree triangle also, but I will just keep it easy by using Pythagorean theorem because that's kind of easy for me. Okay, otherwise I have to recall 45, 45, 90-degree angle theorem. So a square plus b square equal to c square. So and this is equal to hypotenuse. Now write over here c. So this is my c square. So this is my 1 plus 1 is equal to c square, or c is equal to radical 2. So this is my what? Radical 2. Question is saying ratio of hypotenuse radical 2 to one of the sides. So this is my radical 2 ratio 1. Do we have any answer which looks like this? Option choice H is the correct answer, which looks like this.